The new Mecha Island grid event guide is now available to download in my Discord server, and we will go through this later on in the video. Hola! So, it is now in game, which means that we can sort of talk about it, kind of not really, but the new heroic VIP dragon has been sort of revealed in game because we have this coming soon section that says even the darkest secrets of the most holy dragons will eventually be uncovered. Judgment Day is coming and there's nowhere to hide. So this is going to be Judgment. And now I'm not going to give out the elements or anything like that, and we're not going to discuss the skills on this dragon quite yet, but of course whenever we get a new heroic VIP we have new insignia events, which does mean that we have a new type of insignia coming very soon after the current one is finished. And if you want to see the actual image files for this dragon, they are right here. So some people are really happy with the design, others however are a little bit they're not really a massive fan of like the sort of avatar skin that we got going on. I mean, she's lovely in a sense to look at, but very scary also. We also have this skin here, which is, well, basically ginger skin is what it's known as. Then we've also got this one here. So, of course, we're going to have skill skins and things like that to deal with as well. So, yeah, there's going to be more pay to win as usual these days. But just in general, these are the sort of things that you'll expect to find in the game when the actual dragon is fully released. But again, you can see that in the news section. So, feel free to go and check it out. You can sort of see her in the background there. The other thing that we have today is we of course have a new puzzle event, and the reason for that is because we have a new Mech Wars collection going on, which has the beautiful Duo Destruct in it, along with a few other actually kind of cool looking dragons as well. So this collection will be ongoing from the 16th to the 26th, and we can see the order of events here. We're going to have we're gonna have the puzzle, we've got grid, we have a runner event, and we have a maze event. It is a short maze event from this image file, however, which we don't like short maze events. Those are icky. I like the long maze events, not the short ones. And there's chances for us to get perks, some Joker orbs, and it just says you can get the event stuff from the upcoming events, of course, which is to be expected. But we have to collect these mech chests and also these weird data chip items in order to get items for the collection. So you can see this in game now, Mech Wars collection. If we go here, we have perks chest, which has breeding perks in it, but for this one we'll have to get mecha tridents, we'll have to get mecha plates, and then mecha upgrades. And mecha upgrades aren't available in the event chest, they are separate items entirely, which, as it says here, you can get them from Event Islands quests and Dragon TV. Next one, we have 10 Joker orbs and some random tokens. If you're really desperate for space like me, then the tokens aren't too bad, but that's not very many Joker orbs. However, there are some neat rewards later on. We've got a mythical egg chest and 80 legendary Jokers, which is quite nice, but this is the one that of course a lot of people want because it's got vampires in it, like hexed vampire. Maybe you want a prideful out of it, so there is the chance to get a vampire, Phoenix perk, and 200 legendary Jokers from this collection. So there's going to be some people really wanting to finish off this one, but you'll need 9 of these mecha upgrades to get that. And then the one right at the bottom is this one here that has 50 heroic Jokers, a Reaper perk, and 120 orbs of one of the dragons. But as usual, the bottom collection is normally very, very difficult, if not outright impossible for free-to-play players. We'll have to see how the events go. This one may also be incredibly difficult, just pre-warning you. The one with the vampire egg chest, ones above that should be doable, even if you like don't hard grind 100% of the events and don't like lose your life to the game. But normally the bottom two can be quite a bit trickier to finish off, so keep all of that in mind. And then, of course, we've still got Arena Collection ongoing. We've still got the previous High Void Eternal event going on, but in 3 days, that will, of course, swap over to the new Heroic VIP. So, we do have the new Grid event, and we do have the new Puzzle event ongoing at the same time. So with this Mecha Island grid event, we have quite a few items that you'll probably want to go for, such as the event chest. We've got some insignias, which you may want to pick up if you're still trying to look to finish off that High Void Eternal collection. We do also have one of those mecha upgrades later on in the grid event that I probably would suggest that you pick up. And of course, the main reward for this event is your boy Duo-Dazzle. But just be aware that being able to get Duo-Dazzle will require you to do all of the puzzle event currency. It will require you to get all of the runner event currency, not miss any resets, be watching your ads every single day. That's just to get this dragon. It will be even more, of course, if you want to pick up the various event chests on your way through. So you can get the event chests and you can get that mecha upgrade item as you make your way through. Just be aware that if you go for those items, you may end up missing out on getting Duo-Dazzle. And so if you want to know where my event guide is, it is right here, and as I mentioned at the beginning, you can download this from the DC event guide section of my Discord server. It is the latest post in that channel. You can just click on it, and then you can open in browser, and then it will allow you to expand this map, and then you can see exactly where you need to go. But just to go through this quickly, the total cost to get each of the dragons based on the yellow path is shown in the video map guide here, because we've got the actual main reward dragon costing 22,430 like it normally does, the dragon before that costing 14,655 total, the dragon before that costing 7,005 total, but again, this is if you just go down the yellow path. I've also included the additional costs if you say go down and add an extra event item, or if you go down a different path, how much more expensive it's going to be. But all of this at the beginning is essentially the information that you'll need. So the total cost for the new dragon is 22,430, reset currency, quest currency, puzzle currency, runner currency, grand total without ads and starting currency is 22,500. So that means that if you log in for every reset, you get all the puzzle currency, the other event currency, you can actually get your hands on Duo-Dazzle. But how much currency you get is going to come down to also your ad drops, because ad drops make a big difference in these events. And then if we also include the green paths, so instead of continuing down the yellow path, instead we go upwards to this green path here, the total amount to go down all of these green paths, pick up these additional event items on the way through, pick up the mecha item, would be 24,410. Which of course may be a little bit too expensive by the end and you may end up missing out on the final dragon, but you can still pick up the event items. And then I noticed that I also missed out this first chest when I first put this down together. So then add another 200 if you go up this green pathway, and then it's 24,610 currency. So I hope that that makes sense, but the colors are there because it's up to you which way you want to go, whether you do want to pick up the event items, although I do kind of recommend going for these event chests on your way through because the rewards are quite decent, and especially this part here where we've got after the little astronaut guy, we have the option of either going downward, or if you go up, it's going to be more expensive, but you will pick up that additional event item on your way through. So if you think that the mech item is worth an extra 1,025 currency, which personally I think it is, then you can just go up, and then obviously that will add to the grand total cost. So that should be everything that you need to know about this grid event at least. And then of course, the idea is that you have that guide open as you make your way through the Mecha Island here. And now you can just save up all of your currency and spend it right at the end if you want to. You don't have to spend it straight away. There's not really a major benefit to spending it straight away. It's just to get everything that you want out of this event, you're going to have to do all the other events as well. Because again, puzzle and runner give tons of extra currency for this event, and that's the only way that you're really going to get lots of stuff out of this event. So again, it's mainly when it comes to whether you want to go upwards or downwards when we come to, say, this section here, because this is a shared tile, like this 60 tile here, like we can go through this shared tile. But then, of course, we either have the option of making our way through to the car dragon by going downward or by going up. If we go up, then that takes us onto the path of the mecha chest. If we go down, then it puts us on a path that allows us to pick up lucky break chests on the way through if we want to. And of course, some people like going for the lucky break chest because there is a very low chance that you could get any of these rewards out of it, such as prideful, grid coins, heroic jokers, a very big selection of food. Most of the time you won't be getting those golden ones. Of course, you'll get one of these, which aren't too great, but still, it is your choice as to whether you want to value the event items or whether you want to go for the dragons and potentially go for RNGesus on these lucky break chests. Personally, I like the more guaranteed rewards, which is the reason why I am going to go up instead of down on this first section here. So again, if we were to follow the guide, I would be going here and then we go upward instead of down. So I hope that that makes sense. Again, there's lots of colors on there, but the colors are there for a reason because it depends on what your choice is. And there we go, we pick up our first mech plate. And you know, it's not an awful lot extra for us to be able to pick up an additional 5 insignias on our way through. So if we do manage to get an additional chest out of this, then, you know, the extra 60 plus the little bit extra that we spent on the event chest there, it's not too bad. So bear all of that in mind when you are going through this event, but I do recommend picking up the event chest this time, but it's your choice. So that is, of course, the grid event. We're going to keep collecting our currency, saving up, logging in every 8 hours, and picking up any currency on the way. Then we've got the puzzle event, and as usual, it is a regular old puzzle event. And so we've got the basic quests as normal. We've got quest battles, winning battles in the arena, hatching dragons, breeding dragons. And if you want to keep track of which actual quests are coming up in the puzzle event, if you open up Ditlep or Deetlist or any of the other guides that we've ever had, then you can see what's coming up next in the breeding section. So for instance, the first breed was actually electric, then we hatched an electric dragon, then we've got sea and primal, hatching sea and primal, then we have dark and ice that we're going to have to breed and hatch, then we've got metal and dark. So always being aware of what's coming up next with the breeding allows you to pre-breed so that you can make faster progress. And then with all the other quests, they're just going to be repeat quests. So first it's going to be collecting food, winning league battles, winning arena battles, collecting food, winning league battles, winning, you know, it's just going to repeat every single time. They're always going to be the same as previous events that we've had as well. So if you've ever played a puzzle event before, you should know how these work by now, but that is what we have to focus on. So the next one that we'd be looking to do at this point would be winning our arena battles. But as we make our way through, we have Mecha Mace as the reward dragon in this puzzle event. And if you want to get your hands on Mecha Mace, he normally takes about 600 to 800, 900-ish puzzle moves. So, you know, we've got 141 right now, which isn't too bad. But if you want to get your hands on the new reward dragon, you'll probably need about 800-ish. So that's very give or take, depending on how efficient you are with your puzzle moves. But he normally takes about 800. So that's just to give you a rough idea. Of course, we do have some more insignias. We've got these mecha chests available. And then you can see that the grid coins are available from the top section along with heroic joker orbs. So we should be able to pick up at least like 3, 4, 5, 6 of these mecha chests from the puzzle event, roughly. That's very roughly, maybe a couple more, but probably going to get about 6 of them from this event along with grid coins. But it depends on how efficient we are with the event, to be completely honest. Like if we just get really stuck on a particular one, then maybe we won't. Oh god, are we going to be able to beat this fight? I'm a little bit iffy. I'm going to boost combat before I do any of my arena fights. One thing that has been happening, which is a little bit annoying, is the fact that some people keep getting reset in the arena at the moment. And it's slightly annoying because that means that those players just have an absolutely massive advantage over other people at the moment because they're getting reset, they're getting arena rewards for it. So they're basically just getting free stuff, whereas other players aren't. And the game has just been very, very buggy recently. Like, we're talking people just resetting in the arena, resetting on other things like the pass. So at the moment, the game is just a big, big, big buggy mess. Now, it's not the end of the world. It means that some people are just getting bonuses, whereas others aren't. Which, you know, it's not the first time that's happened in this game, so I guess I can't complain too much. It's just, be aware that some players have been getting free rewards from the free resets they've been getting given, and it's not because they've been doing anything, it's just because the game is just resetting their arena progress, resetting their other stuff. So it's kind of a weird spot that we're in right now, where things are just going wrong. Going very wrong. Oh, and of course with collecting food, normally it's best to pop in, say, the 1-day food or the 12-hour food timers for puzzle events as well. I like the 1-day food for those quests, because normally you'll have to wait for league battles and arena battles anyway. And then that way it'll only take like 1 or 2 farm collections, and then you should be able to continue on. So that seems to be the most efficient sort of way to get through the puzzle events. I remember when I first did the puzzle events as a newer player, and like the breeding felt impossible, the quests, like with all these league battles, and that also felt like really annoying. But it's really not too bad. The thing is, new players actually have a big advantage in puzzle events because they have the basic quests still available, whereas if you're in a position like myself, and you finished all of the basic quests ages ago, you don't have those as an additional thing that you can do anymore in these puzzle events. So, you know, new players, you should consider yourself very lucky, at least in puzzle events. But of course, if you don't have 3 breeding dens and you can't do league battles, that's also a downside of being a new player. I guess if you're a player that can at least do their league battles and has all their breeding dens active, that would be the player in the best spot for the puzzle events, really. But this is also the reason why I say don't rush your puzzle quests. Well, your basic quests, because of the puzzle event. Like, these basic quests, I finished them ages ago, all of these. And these, I did use them majority at the end for puzzle events, but don't rush through these because these give you a major advantage during puzzle events, and you may get an extra reward that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So please bear that in mind when you are going through those quests. But maybe I should have just done that battle again. We probably should have, because oh god, all these battles are so painful. All level 70s now with the new changed masters matchmaking. I love it. I love it. Just everything more difficult. I'll do that in a second. And of course, we do have an event item in the ads, as you can probably see. We have this MECHA item as ad number 30, so make sure you do your first set of ad watching and then do your second set so that you can get this item. So you'll at least need to watch 30 sets of ads today. And again, I can't stress enough that whenever you see these MECHA upgrade items, you should really focus on them because you need these for the collection and you can't get them out of the chest. So you're gonna have to pick these up at every available opportunity, so don't miss any out from the ads. And there is also one available from the current quests, but getting all the way to stage 10, I'll be honest, most people aren't gonna be able to achieve that if you have any semblance of a life. So usually I end up missing these. Maybe you don't, maybe you do get them, but most players will end up missing out on the quest item just because it's a bit too extreme for the login timers for those. So that is more or less most of the stuff that I wanted to go through. Actually, I didn't check the arenas for the rewards. We do still have insignias. I wonder if we're going to have the new insignias in here along with the, of course, arena dragon items. But I'm wondering whether we're going to continue this this thing of getting guaranteed insignias from the arena battles when the new one starts. Of course, the other thing that we've got going on at the moment is your boy Focus Karma, and I guess while I'm here, I will do one run. We did a run yesterday, we wasted our gems. Was it yesterday? No, the day before. We did waste our gems there. We are nearing 600, which, you know, is very nice free to play. It takes a long time to save up that amount of gems free to play, although I think we've done that in like a couple of months, maybe a little bit less. Including Heroic Race that we had, where we did spend some, because I don't do Heroic Races completely gemless, just because it's faster to use them. And my goodness, these drops so far have been hideous. Look at this. That's all that we've had, a singular blue. Ugh, terrible. Oh, there we go. That is getting a little bit better now. I'm gonna say for a second there, we've got common jokers, VR jokers, 10 electric tokens. Oh, it was looking a bit diabolical for a second there. But at least we've got a breeding perk. I guess that's slightly better. I would prefer gems. I would much prefer gems to any of this right now. Let's try banana. We got 3 more. There is a parliament chest. I guess I was gonna say we haven't run into a wizard yet, but now we've run into one. But these rewards are awful. These rewards are terrible right now. I guess the parliament chest isn't too bad, but my goodness, these other rewards are. Oh, those 12 gems would have been lovely. 2 gems, I'll take it. You know, this is just the way of the RNG. Sometimes, even if you get lucky with the wizard, I'm going to do one more. Even if you get lucky with not running into as many wizards as normally, the actual rewards you're picking up are just bad. Like, really bad. Okay, room 20. Do we want to continue past this point? Because again, I was just saying that we've got nearly 600 gems, and even with 600 gems, it doesn't mean that we are guaranteed anything nice here, because we could just run into wizard after wizard after wizard at this point onwards. I should really be saving my gems for the next island as well, but just because we're here, and let's YOLO it a little bit, let's go a little bit further. Oh. Should we do one more? Okay, I'm gonna do one more just because it is focus karma. And, you know, it is a karma at the end of the day. Let's see. Can we get to at least 25, get some gems back for this? Okay, we're at 25. That means we're halfway there. 3 wizards. This would be really unwise, I think, for us to continue onwards, but, should we try it? Should we try it while I'm here? Okay, there's a couple more nice ones for us. Oh, it's getting expensive now. Oh, I'm gonna YOLO it this one day. I'm gonna regret my decision horribly. I know that I will, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, normally I wouldn't spend my gems like this, but I just felt compelled since I'm live with you right now. Oh, God, really rare orbs right now. Oof, are we gonna regret this? Watch me waste all of my resources. Oh. Okay. This is where it starts to get a little bit questionable, because do we really want to risk this going any further? We haven't spent 100 gems yet, and that would pretty much double what we've spent here. Oh, 2 parliament chests? I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not an inherent gambler like this. I was at least hoping that we get to the next main section. I know that we've wasted a lot of gems total, but do we really want to spend another 80 on this? I don't think I could do it for this many rewards. It's just not interesting. Speaking of which, I wish that we could actually see the rewards that we've gotten when we get to this screen right here, but it like cuts you off from being able to see them. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I know that we could see them here, but like oh, I wish that we could look at them in this panel on the right. It's just not good enough, is it? Like, these rewards are just terrible, and we've got barely, we've got 0 towards the other chest. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So there you go. See me waste some gems, waste my time, waste my life, but I was really hoping to see if we could at least get some gold drops there, but no, nothing, and I guess the Wizard's Hollow is just not for us today. So there is how you waste your gems very nicely, but I think pulling out there was probably the better choice rather than continuing on and just absolutely wasting everything that we have. It's only focus karma at the end of the day. Maybe you disagree with me, but you know, chances are we were going to run into at least another 3 wizards there, and without at least a heroic chest in the list of items and some few more gems, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But anyway, that's pretty much most of the stuff from today. So there's quite a lot of new stuff going on. Make sure you check your events panel. Make sure you check your news panel, because if you ever get confused or you're not sure what's going on, everything should be written in the news panel and that. So try not to get too confused. Maybe we'll get some more breeding event island dragons in a moment. But make sure you're logging in, watching those ads, and I guess we'll get back to grinding some more gems. It's okay. I got 50 gems from Dragon TV earlier today, which I know that wasting gems you've just gotten isn't exactly the smartest thing to do, but didn't feel as bad as it would have if we didn't get those extra 50 gems this morning. So anyway, I'm going to continue with alliance chest grinding, puzzle grinding, grid event grinding. There's lots of grinding to do right now, and then I am looking out for Empower Happy Hour, because as soon as we get I almost typed in Empower, but as soon as we get next Empower Happy Hour, your boy Corrupted Legend is going to E5, and then we can finally get another level 69 dragon. So for now, thank you for joining me, and until next time, see ya.